a money process is a clearing process, a energy transmutation process that taps into your field, your DNA, your genetic history, and it clears any postulates, agreements, beliefs um, that have created a block, a mental, emotional, or energetic block that prevents you from surpassing whatever glass ceiling you may perceive in your income ability, in whatever it is that you do.
Okay, first off, welcome everyone to the Clear Your Field podcast. My name is Shanice Williams, and today with me I have Stephen Hinz. Welcome, Stephen Hinz.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Before I get into it, I want to share some things about Stephen Hinz. He is a bright, clear energy. Whenever I think of him, he brings up bright, clear energy. He's very knowledgeable in real estate, very knowledgeable in thought-filled therapy, and just overall an amazing person. I really enjoy his yoga practice. It makes me know and believe that, hey, I can do something. Even if I have a master in front of me, he's not going to judge me. He's going to meet you where I am. So thank you again, Stephen, for being who you are. And I really appreciate you.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. Okay. So with that being said, we are going to get into the interview. What I usually like to do with my guests is have them tell the audience what a money process is from their perspective and their words. And yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Nope, you're good. I'm all new to this. We're
All
flowing.
right, very good. A money process. So a money process is a clearing process, a energy transmutation process that taps into your field, your DNA, your genetic history, and it clears any postulates, agreements, beliefs that have created a block, a mental, emotional, or energetic block that prevents you from surpassing whatever glass ceiling you may perceive in your income ability, in whatever it is that you do. So that to me is, in a nutshell, what a money process is.
Beautiful. And to jump into the questions, where were you at before you decided, or where were you before you knew about the money processes? Like financial wise, where were you financial wise?
Well, the money process is when they originally filmed, and I was in the original group. I was just coming to the realization that I had to get back into the material world. I had been on sabbatical for 7.5 years. I had reached a state of Zen, calm, after burning myself out in two previous careers. And I rather enjoyed sitting quietly on my yoga mat and my meditation spot and just living in a state of equanimity and silence and so forth. And I think money got tight, and I was like, yeah, I guess I got to activate something in this material world and actually pay for the roof over my head and the food that is in my belly. So I was starting to do some things that generated income. I'd secured a client, a consistent client. So instead of my previous freelancing where it was kind of hit and miss, I exerted a lot of effort and energy and focus on creating a steady income. So I'd done that for several months, and then the announcement came that these money processes were coming available. And I thought, wow, well, and there was also some shifts in my life. There was a program that I was involved in that was generating a decent income, and that was coming to an end, and so on. So all of this stuff combined made me think, okay, if I do nothing, I'm going to go broke. If I don't replace what I have, I'm going to go broke. If I don't put some focus. But I also know my family history, and my family has a lot of blocks around money, establishing wealth. Rich people are evil or crooked or suppressive or whatever language you want to use. Wealthy people screw other people. And having reached a certain level of personal energetic attainment, I felt like, okay, I want to progress because the more I have financially, I want to progress because the more I have, the more I can help. But at the same time, I have these beliefs in the background based on what my family, through contact, through mimic and modeling, through just example, have demonstrated to me over my life. And while I've shattered that ceiling a few times in my life, it had been a long time. And now here I am, this very spiritual person, drinking my pure water, meditating, yogaing, all this other stuff, just in my Zen place on my calm pond. And I realized that I needed to do something to get past that glass ceiling again, but not only get past it like I had in the past. I wanted to shatter that glass ceiling. I wanted to not only surpass it, but I just wanted to eliminate it altogether. So yeah, I decided to do the money processes. I did do all of the 30 that are available right now.
Right.
I was there live, and I have watched the audio video replay twice since then.
Okay.
So in the process of doing that, every time I went through the processes, what I noticed was a spike in my monthly income, followed by, it spikes and then it comes back down, and the trend stays kind of plateaued for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would go do it again, and then boom, you'd see a spike. And then I'd fall down a little bit, and you'd see kind of, again, a plateau. And then, boom, another spike, and then another plateau. So each time I did the money processes, if you were to draw a ruler through my graph, and I have a graph I can show you if you like.
Yes.
You'll see that my income is trending upward, as traders or anyone that watches the markets would say. And anytime it's trending upward, this is a good thing because there's always going to be ups and downs, but it's the trend that we follow. So knowing that we were going to have this conversation today, I quickly prepared this. It might be seen by you as backwards. I'm not sure. But anyway, here is the beginning of my graph, and here's the end. And as you can see, that trend upward. Okay. Wow. Now, I covered the numbers just, because they're my numbers, and it really doesn't matter what your numbers are. I started rather low because I'd been sitting on a cloud for 8 years, 9 years. So, but, if someone's watching this and you got a company that makes hundreds of thousands of dollars per month or millions of dollars per year, or you're just a plain old average Joe generating 50, 60, 70,000 a year. It doesn't matter where you're starting. Mm-hmm. What matters is the positive effect on you personally and the results that you see after going through the processes. Okay, did I answer your question?
You did. I really also like that you gave a graph so that I can actually see what you were talking about. It's beautiful. So with that being said, when you went through all 30 of the money processes, mm-hmm. did you feel anything on the inside shift and change? The reason I'm asking is because me personally, I felt a change within myself. And mm-hmm. I talked to another person, and he said he didn't care about all that mumbo jumbo stuff. He was just worried about the result. That is exactly why he went to money process, for the result. So for you, in your case, what did you feel?
Okay. So first of all, I'm a remote healer by trade. So I'm very attuned to energy. My energy, the energy of the people around me, the energy of a room, the energy of the person that's delivering a process or speech or whatever. And the first time I went through the 30 processes was quite dramatic. I transmuted a lot of energy. Anyone that's ever hired me for remote or live healing knows that when I transmute energy, my body yawns, cries, sneezes, coughs. Sometimes it kind of gets a little contorted, like I'm an epileptic or something. These are just normal processes for my body to transmute the energy of the other person. Mm. It's also normal for my body to do that when my energy is transmuting. So fortunately, I was in the back of the room and I was around very high level people and Kevin's now spouse. I may have been a little bit distracting because I was contorting and twisting and yawning and sneezing and coughing. Thank God I wasn't too close to the front where the microphones were. And it was kind of a physical mess. And after 3 days of processing, it wasn't even 3 days. I think it was on the first day. I was walking through the hotel where this was done, and I ran smack into a clear escalator.
That was you?
That was me. I think I was mentioned in the second day that,
Yeah.
oh gosh, I didn't realize anyone had seen me. I thought, okay, that's just gonna be sore for a couple days. And I'm like, oh shoot. Okay, well, anyway, my brain was a little scrambled, needless to say. Second day was a little bit less dramatic. Third day, about the same as the second day. And I kind of was numb for a good week or two after that because you just, when your brain gets a little adjusted and negative energy is blown out of you or transmuted, however you want to phrase that, your acclimation to the world around you is changed. So it takes a little time for some people to get balance. Now, I used to be a very analytical person. I'm not so analytical anymore. That person that you remembered before, I just want the results. That's someone that's up in their head. They're not in their heart. They're not centered in the energy. They don't see and sense this stuff. So it really depends on where you're coming from, what you're going to expect, because a lot of people went through the process, especially the analytical people, and they didn't really see that much physical response, but they did see it in their income. And there's stories after stories after stories of people that have done these processes and have similar graphs like mine, and more impressive than mine. My income is whatever, tripled or quadrupled since starting those processes and repeating them. So, yeah, and of course, plus peaks. So my income's doing quite well. I'm happy.
Awesome. Happy for you.
Thank you.
And then last question. You kind of already answered it, but I want to highlight it again. Can you go a little bit into more detail with your graph? The reason I'm asking is because I want to show people what it looks like when you're starting from zero and then steadily going up. Like, did it shoot up right away? Did it shoot up slowly? How did that look after the money process for you?
Okay, so hopefully you can see this.
Yes.
All right. We're starting down here where I started. And you can see I was exerting effort. I was willing myself, working harder, longer, more to lift my income. And you can see where there was a pretty plateau right there. And by the way, these numbers are done every month. Okay. And I'm actually a couple months behind on my chart. So I apologize there. But anyway, I plateaued and then whoop, I fell. And I was like, oh, what? Huh? That's not cool. And then that was about the time I decided to do money processes right there at the low spot. And then you can see right there, that's where I did money processes. And then you can see it went right. So that's when I did the processes. And then I came down and I plateaued here. So you can see my plateau is right about there, which is a little higher than that. Not huge, but a little bit higher than that. And then I did processes again. And then whoop, it shot up again, right? And then it fell back down. And then I leveled out right here below the pink sticky note. And then I did it again and went whoop, whoop. All right. Now, if I were to go ahead and graph this again, my new plateau is right about here, right? And I'm going to do them again. So, consistently go up. Now, of course, we now have accelerator processes. And the point of the accelerator processes is to get rid of the habits. So that was why, and I made it known, the reason I keep redoing these processes, I know I have habits. And Kevin will call them failure habits. And I knew I was raised in that environment. I knew I had them. I knew I wanted to blow them out. So I kept going back and back and back. Okay, fine, the DNA is cleared. The heredity is cleared. My energy field is cleared. But if I go ahead and I go in with a thought habit, well, then I essentially recreate the condition. So I want to keep eliminating what my habits are creating while I change my habits. Now, since then, the accelerator processes have come out. I am booked for all 30 of them. And those are going to blow out the habits that I still have remaining in me. So that way now I don't have to keep going back to the money processes. And I thank goodness for Kevin Trudeau to notice that observation and to hear what my message was and why I kept repeating it. Because I don't know how many people repeated it, but I doubt anyone repeated it as many as I did. And I've been with Kevin for, gee whiz, nearly 20 years now. So when I see that I got a glitch, I really focus on it and I really want to blow it out. So when I'm sure he was looking at the numbers going, why is Steven showing up at this so many times? And then someone said, well, he kept saying he's got bad habits, so he wants to blow out whatever the habits are creating. And then Kevin said, probably. This is behind the scene. This is my hypothetical mind running here, right? Oh, well, if he's got these habits, we got to blow out the habits. So let's create something that blows out habits. And then here we are a few months later. Oh, we got these accelerated processes to crater, as he says, your habits. So thank God. I can't wait till that happens. But
I'm excited for that.
In the meantime, I'm getting rid of whatever my habits are recreating as I'm slowly changing habits, because as anyone knows, if you have a way of being, a certain set of habits around food, well, it takes a while. You don't just go from Coca-Cola to water. You got to go from Coca-Cola to lemonade or something, hopefully somewhat healthier, and you still go back and have a Coke every now and then before you progress forward to water. And then now you're focusing on your water. Now here I am 20 years later. I can't even stand a Coca-Cola, but everywhere around me is 100% fresh spring water that, either I buy or I go to my local spring and I get and whatever.
Definitely. So, it does take some practice. You can't change right away. You can change slowly, gradually. I agree.
Yeah, I really, really honor and appreciate when I can see someone that can just change a habit like that. That's not been my personal experience in this life.
Right? It's not. I'm hoping the next life, maybe it'll be for me.
Yeah.
All right. And then for the last one, two more questions, actually. The first one is for the people who want to reach out to you and know what you're doing, where can they find you? And also, can you share a little bit about what you do?
Sure. So if you're looking for me, you can find me on Instagram. I have a brand new Instagram page called Sage Steven with a number 7. So that's Instagram at Sage Steven 7. Let's say that again. At Sage Steven 7 on Instagram. That's a really great place to start. I have a website that is in the process of being built, but you can access it if you move past the prompt that says this is in trial version, because we're still building it. But you can still get to it and see it. And that is sagesteven.com. So that should be launching here officially without the little pop-up in the trial version thing. That should be completed in the next week. By the way, we're filming this in August of 2025. So depending on when you see this, the last week of August. Let's see here. Also on Telegram. I'm at Founder Steven. And those of you that contact me on Telegram, if you like and ask, I can join you to Steven's group. And Steven's group has a section on yoga, and it's got a section on motivational audios and videos. It's got dream building. It's got daily inspirational quotes. It's got all these different sections in there that I populate, and some of the group also populates, every day. So there's always great information there, and pretty much that's it. And any of you that are in association with Jen, of course, you could see me at all major events and connect with me in Cleveland. I'm a local chapter host here, so. Yeah.
And I will definitely put all of that in the comments, link down below, your Instagram handle and your Telegram and also your website.
Fantastic. So now what do I do is the other part of your question.
Yes.
And I have two primary practices. One is a remote healing session, and I have clients all over the world that utilize that. And a remote session is done via a Zoom window or some other video conferencing technology. And so that's remote. And then I also have a hands-on healing practice. So if I'm in the same place at the same time, or I'm going to a specific area in the world, I will start announcing that. Right now I announce it in Telegram, but I'll announce it on all my social media and my website and put out a blast of some kind informing you, hey, I'm coming to Paris. Well, then any of my clients in that area or people that are following me, if they want to book a live hands-on healing session, they can then do that as well.
Awesome, awesome. And then last question to end off this amazing, beautiful podcast that you blessed.
Oh, thank you.
For the people who are watching this, they're thinking about it, they're processing, but they still just need a little bit more. What's one advice you can share with them about getting a money process?
Well, the simple Nike motto pops into my head: just do it. Um, but if you have a block and you are now conscious that you have a block, and for whatever reason, you're just not pulling that trigger because it is an investment. I mean, it's an investment of capital. It's an investment of time. You have to go to wherever it's being facilitated. You got to take time off from whatever it is that generates income for yourself. So there's the quote loss of income during the time that you're traveling and you're there. There's a hotel expense. You got to feed yourself, etc. So if you're one of those people that are just not pulling the trigger, well, then you have a block. You're stuck. And right now, I'm feeling, just talking about this, I'm feeling the stuck energy that I would feel in a remote healing situation. So I didn't intend to come on here and plug myself, but if you have a block from even pulling the trigger on a process, well, then maybe you need a remote healing session or a hands-on healing session to blow out that block. Now, I'm not the only competent modality healer person in our organization. So, if it's me that you choose, great. If it's not me that you choose, great. The point is that you get past whatever that block is so you can move forward in your life. And I highly encourage anyone that, money processes has got to be part of that stew of things that you do to help you get to the next stage. And, I sat in a room with many multimillionaires that saw huge gains after their money processes. And then I saw also many, many people that are, just Social Security recipients, normal job working people, management level. I saw all strata of socioeconomic levels in that room, and every single person I've talked to after the fact have all seen huge gains. So it doesn't matter where you are. Just you got to pull the trigger, and if you got to stop, you got to get rid of that stop. And you can either do it yourself, tapping, best, I Ching, calling me, calling any other competent practitioner. It doesn't matter. Get yourself there, and you're going to see the results. And then once you see it for yourself and you experience it, then you go, oh, that's what he was talking about. Oh, I get it now. Most people aren't going to get it till they get it. And you can't get it till you experience it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That being said, Stephen, thank you so much again for being a guest on the Clear Your Field podcast. And once again, everyone, this is Stephen Hinz, and we are happy you're here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll see you on Sage Stevens somewhere.
Right?
All right.